We visited Tanger, Nashville, which was refreshingly different. I think we anticipated a more typical outlet mall where you enter from a very large sea of parking through big buildings. And this project did create a sense of place. It had a very great feeling of movement through the buildings. It had this wonderful common area. And if you recognize that Antioch was sort of a retail desert, this particular project at 300,000 feet is not only the national chains. They had quite a lot of artisanal Nashville hometown retailers and restaurants, and not to underestimate the monetary value of a property that will generate at least $135 million to $150 million of revenue per year and bring in those sales tax revenues and property tax revenues to the area on what had been a 30-acre green space. That's economically very efficient for the city and for the populace. That's great.
What stood out for me the most was just scale, and the transition of those scales. We talk a lot about the outdoor rooms and how they actually work together. But, being on one side of the town center, being on one side and looking across to the other, I felt like I can get to the other side. And it was a comfortable walk. And not only was that walk comfortable, but it felt like you can go through these rooms and have an experience as you make your way from one side to the other.
Tanger, Nashville is located in the Century Farms development, southeast Nashville, off of I-24. It's a 290,000 square foot outdoor retail center, and that's across 7 individual buildings, over 32 acres. Throughout the process, Tanger really partnered with the local community leaders and just really listening to what the community was looking for. There is a central outdoor space called the Green. That's really a place where community can come together, not only just to hang out and visit, but also to have community events held in that outdoor green space. It was also important to not only have national brands represented, but also local brands, and specifically some of the restaurants located within the center are local known brands within Nashville that the community was very excited about. The Tanger Nashville project was designed and constructed with sustainability in mind, really following the guidelines of the LEED certification process, and is currently awaiting its silver certificate. Tanger Nashville is really designed to really just be all-inclusive and welcome families, just really an overall connective experience.
I didn't feel like I was at a strip mall. I didn't feel like I was at an outdoor mall.
You call it a town center. I've never been to an outlet center that felt remotely like a town center.
Yeah, and it wasn't overdone either.
It
was very honest. It seemed very purposeful, right? And
very intentional.
Very intentional. It made a lot of the right moves.